Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Right, tonight it's a last minute shot. It's 11 o'clock at night now, Friday. Been at work all day. Decided I fancy a couple of chucks, so we're up at Newbiggin on the weekend. It's a drop in sea, but it's actually still pretty big here, so I've got high hopes tonight. Rods we've got today, we've got the accelerator with a Penn spinfisher on, and we have the new Limitless Pro Sport. That's with my BG Diawa 8000 reel, both loaded with 60-pound braid straight through. We're going to be using pennel pulleys, which are 150-pound rig bodies and 80-pound snoods. Went for small circle hooks on both, but I am going to swap over to a Limitless XT Ultra J hook on one pulley because I have got some ragworm with us. So the plan is to fish one with worm and the other one with Bluey and Squid with some Snag sauce on. We've got no cart left, the cart's gone now, we're out the cart. So yeah, we're just going to give this a try because there's enough colour in the water and there's plenty of movement. We've had a drop in wind and that's going to pick back up tomorrow and Sunday, so tonight's pretty much my only chance. So we'll get set up, we'll get these chucked out, we'll see if we can get a cod late on in the season. In fact, pretty much the end of season. So yeah. Right, that's both rigs set up, baited up, filled with the old Snag sauce. So if you haven't heard of the Snag, I'll drop his YouTube channel below. He's got a brilliant website as well for those who's just starting out on how to target certain species and whatnot at what time of year, you know, stuff like that. So it's a good little bit of information on there for people. So yeah, let's get these out. We've got one with ragworm on, tipped off with a bit of squid. We've got one with some Bluey, squid, and I've injected some Snag sauce. So I'm going to chuck the bait one out pretty far. I'm going to keep the ragworm one in fairly close. Now you've got to be very careful here because it's extra slippy. So yeah, give us 2 seconds. Get these out. Make sure we're not tangled on the end. One out. Fishing with, I've got a 6-ounce gripper on, so it doesn't roll box. We have to swap over to 7. Get this one out. Now I apologise in advance, this Penn reel still has not been serviced, so when I reel it in, it sounds like a pepper grinder. But we'll live with that. The difference between those rods, the difference between that accelerator and that Limitless rod is night and day. Night and day. Just let them settle down a little bit. I'll let these rest and then I'll pick this back up shortly. So here's the setup, boys and girls. There's the BG8000. This is on the Limitless Pro Sport. 14 footer, 125 gram to 220 gram. Cast 7 and 8 ounce leads out with bait, no problem. You've got the anti-scratch on the top half. And fully finished on the bottom half, but I'm absolutely loving this rod, so thank you very much to Limitless for persuading us to buy one. And I did buy this, by the way, it wasn't given. I am nothing to do with Limitless, but you know, he gave us a bit of terminal tackle in that to try as well when I bought the rod, which was brilliant. And to be fair, I can't fault it. I absolutely love the catfish hooks and stuff. The circles are brilliant. And on this side we've got the trusty old accelerator with a very old Penn spinfisher 7500 long cast. This is battered and bruised. This is my skate rod and my heavy ground rod, so it's seen better days. But yeah, that water is seriously moving my rod about.
Not sure whether you'll pick that up on camera. But yeah, it's there's the odd rogue wave that keeps hitting the side, and it must be coming up 10 foot in the air. I've got a funny feeling we might get a fish or two out. But yeah, we're fishing a dropping tide anyway. We're about an hour into the drop, so I'm very hopeful that we might get something. Time will tell. If you're new here, please drop us a subscribe. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Turn your notification bell on, because we do upload videos weekly as long as we can get out. I'm out every weekend, as long as it's doable.
Just had an inspection on the Bluey and Squid. Seen it go down a couple of times. So I've just turned the camera on just in case anything happens. If I do manage to get one on, I am going to have to go pretty close to the edge. I ain't taking the camera with us. We'll just have to bear with us. And if I do get something, I'll show you where it's safe to do so. Come on, fishy, 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 fishy. I seem to be the only one fishing here tonight, which is quite surprising given the conditions. The wind's dropped, the sea's dropping, but it's still got a good bit of movement on. Just over half a metre to 1 metre swell. Plenty of colour in the water. The wind's died right down, which is perfect. I did buy myself a new mic mod for the GoPro, so I'm hoping the sound quality is a little bit better and some of the wind noise is a bit more muffled, shall we say. Cost us 80 quid. So trying a few different things to see if I can make the content a bit better for you. Not bothered. If we're blank, we're blank. I'm out wetting the line. I'm happy I'm out. It's going to be the only time over the weekend I think I'm going to get to go out anyway, so enjoy it while we can. Big tides again next week, but it looks like there's no swell movement. So I might be lucky, I might be able to get the sieve out. Come on, let's be having it. Let me get one good fish of the season. I think the biggest I've had over the winter was my 4.5 pound pollock up the castle. That was just on the float. We just went up with the lures and the float, and I got that on rag. We're pretty much right underneath the cliff ledge. Very nice fish. Mine a nice 4.5 pound cod. Well, we've had a couple of bites on both rods. Just been stood down there for 5 minutes on the one with the ragworm on, because we're a couple of good rattles. Definitely not codling. Definitely not codling. I would say rockling, possibly a coley. Still kicking about. The big rods went once. I've just brought that in, changed the bait, sent it back out again. I've chucked that one way further this time. I've chucked it out just in case it's a bit too heavy close into these rocks. So I've tried one out at a distance just to see, but we'll give it a little while here. If nothing happens, I might move down the skier a little bit. Well, down the skier, a bit further down the water. Just one fish and I'll be happy. I don't want a repeat of last weekend or the weekend before, depending on when you see this. The Scarborough trip, Filey Brig. I don't want another episode of that. But that's just fishing, so We'll just have to wait and see, yeah? See if it was all for nothing.
Serious tide pull, I know that much. The swells are pretty damn big, like. Really wish we had some cork with us now. I think would have done pretty well if we had had some with us.
Don't know what I'd prefer, a lobster or that. I suppose it's not a blank, but it's the world's smallest. It's the world's smallest. We used to call these a granny fish. I'm not actually sure the correct name for them. Lionfish, scorpion fish, they're like the names that I used to call them, and I know they've got some nasty little barbs on them. Some spikes. I mean, look at it, it's all fanned out, but they're a cool looking little thing. So at least I didn't blank, but tide's starting to push hard to the left now, so I'm going to get this little thing off and get baited back up and chuck one back out. I hope that's not just what's kicking about. I expect more than tadpole. I have literally just lost, not a big codling, couple of pound, literally at the edge. I let my guard down for 2 seconds trying to find my footing. Let a little bit of slack in the line, and the backwash straight off the hook. Devastating. But I'm hoping that they're going to start feeding now. So I've just put a fresh bait on, sent it back. It wasn't out very far. I'd reeled it in a little bit. I'd brought it in so far. I was getting no bites on it. About 10 minutes later, the weight was gone. So I held it for a couple of seconds. I reeled into it. The weight was there. I could feel it tugging on the end. Feel the weight all the way in, and like I said, I just let my guard down. I should have just carried on reeling. So I know basically now, just keep winching it, keep that line tight, because it must have just been lightly hooked in the lip. I'm a little bit gutted, as you can probably tell, because it's now like 20 past 1 in the morning. I've been to work since 6 o'clock this morning. So a couple of fish would be nice. I mean, we've had that little tiny thing, but it's nothing to shout home about, I suppose. But we haven't blanked at the very least. We'll give it another hour or so. Maybe it's a couple hours tops. I'm starting to get a little bit cold now. That wind's also picked up slightly as well. So we'll see what happens. If something starts happening, we'll start getting fish, then I'll fish it basically until I'm either out of bait or it stops. Fingers are crossed. I'm having a cup of tea to warm us up, because that wind has really picked up. It's picked up at least 6 miles an hour, which according to the forecast man wasn't supposed to happen until, well, about 6 o'clock in the morning. So he's a liar. So's Danny. Danny's a liar. He said he was coming fishing tonight, dropped us in at last minute. So here I am on my Jack Jones. Our cup of tea's not very warm. Yeah, that wind chill's starting to feel very low. As in, like, it feels like about 5 degrees. And it's changed direction. It was like a westerly, it's now starting to turn like southwesterly. Don't know how much longer I'm going to be to hang in for. I'd like to see at least one of the target species that I came for. Which is cod or codlet. Not spiny fish or lobsters or crabs. Cod or codlet. Come on. Let's be having it. I just stuck about 4 rag on one of the pulleys. Piled them up the line. It's got to be worth a shot, hasn't it? Bait, the bait, looks like a bait to me. And the one with the red tip tape on the accelerator. Very vibrating though. Swells have actually picked up, not dropped off.
I do apologise for the low visibility as well. People obviously, you know, it's pitch black here. We've got no light pollution whatsoever, so it's always going to be difficult trying to do a YouTube in the dark. We've got lights and stuff. It looks brighter in person than what it does on camera. Just hope it's not too bad for you. Don't know what's going on. The conditions are absolutely perfect. Is it everywhere like this at the moment? Is everybody struggling? Is it just me? Just seems to have went dead the last couple of months. Or dead compared to what it was the year before. It's been a weird one. Turn you back on if anything happens. If there's any venues that anybody wants us to try, drop a comment below and let us know, and I'll have a look. I'm always looking for some new places to go and try. I do like trying new mocks, even if it doesn't produce anything. So drop us a comment and I'll I'll have a look into it, preferably north of Newcastle.
Right, we're at 2:20 in the morning. I've just sent this one out very close in, just to make sure I've covered that. That's got a couple of bits of Bluey on, inside out, meat outwards, little slither of squid, no sauce on. And this one, I've just cast it out a little bit further. Now I'm getting bites on this one. Can you see that? This is the one that I've just chucked in very close with the Bluey on. This one I've just chucked out pure squid, just to try and cover all options before I go home. These are better bites, but it just doesn't look big, whatever it is. Certainly tugging away at it. Yeah, as soon as I pick the rod up, I was starting to think that it was Danny that was the bad luck, but it actually might be me. I might be on a bad streak. Not much I can do about it. Not sure if you can even see the rods there. Roll on the summertime with the lure fishing. Eye of the sky. Back up Scotland on the skate very shortly. Want to target some taupe this year. Got loads to do this year. Probably not enough time in the year for us to do it all, but I've got a fish on it or what? Yeah, this will definitely be, I think, my last cast. And I'm going to walk back to the car, go home, have a shower, and curl up in bed, because I am absolutely ruined. I literally just wanted to come out, try and catch a couple of fish, get a little video for you to watch. It's been absolutely dire. Really poor. And now all of a sudden we're getting bites on both of them. The one on the right is rattling away. every couple of minutes. I think it's probably got a rockling on it. This one seemed a little bit more aggressive, but not massively. Yep, there you go. That's better. That's much, much better. Come on now, don't be shy, you know it's there. Just pick it up and swallow it. I've even put tiny little hooks on for you. I just hope it's not Larry the Lobster. The right one's just when it hit him. Surely can't be lobsters. Right, unfortunately, that is the end of the session for me. Nothing come of those bites. The baits were just absolutely battered to pieces. Yeah, it's been pretty poor. Given the conditions, I expected a good couple of fish out here tonight, but just goes to show you, I've fished in worse conditions than this, and I've had fish, and I've fished in flatter conditions than this, and I've had fish. So maybe it was the baits, I don't know. Maybe the fishing's just off. So yeah, listen, anybody who's took the time to watch this, I do massively appreciate it. So if you haven't already subscribed, again, please drop a subscribe. It does massively help the channel, and I'll see you all on the next one. Who knows where one might be. If you like the video, please drop a subscribe and a follow, turn the notification bell on for more fishing adventures like this one. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Tight lines.